All right. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Today we're going to go over the practice. We're talking about practice, not a game, but practice. It was multiple sacks this practice, and as well as multiple INTs, if you know what I mean. Now, news out there is they are moving my dog Reggie Robinson into the safety spot. So they're going to give him a cup of coffee in that role. Shout out to Reggie Robinson. That's one of my dark horses I'm really rooting for, especially him playing on the special team as well. I love the kid's skill set, and I love what he can bring to the table. It's just that we just got to figure some things out. But let me go over the good and the bad about hearing about sacks in this particular game or practice. Talking about practice now. The good thing is we hear that the guys are getting off on the ball. Everson Griffen, he's getting to the quarterback. Oh, Bradlee Anae, the Annihilator. He had 2 sacks. So that's good. That's flat out good. That's good to hear because we all want to have that type of production. Now, on the flip side, by it being the Dallas Cowboys basically versus the Dallas Cowboys, the flip side of it is this right here. When we start to go over those type of things, then we start saying to our mind, that means the offensive line is giving up some stuff, or the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long, or what's going on with that pitcher. There's so many things. And remember this, Cowboy Nation, I'm getting this stuff second and third hand information. So I just wish that we was able to get out there to go to, if it was in Oxnard, because I like Dallas, I like the Frisco area, but Oxnard, being able to get out there to California is a whole different situation. Nevertheless, I wish we were able to get out there so we can see with our own eyes, our natural eyes, right? Also, the interception piece of it. My dog, Trevon Diggs, he caught an interception on Amari Cooper. And of course, it goes back and forth with what I'm talking about. The good and the bad situation, because we want to know who threw the ball, right? What type of situation? Was it pressure? Was it a ball that he would not normally throw in a game, but he's trying to figure things out? Oh, I'm talking about Dak Prescott. Yes, he threw the ball or what have you, I think, because it's second and third hand information. Yeah, he threw the ball. Was it low? Was it too high? And those type of things. Was it a misread by the running back or the quarterback on the block? Whatever it may be, So all those things goes in together, and how we can figure this thing out to better this team. But shout out to number 31, because normally we don't hear number 31 catching interceptions. This Diggs kids, and there's no hate thrown at Byram, get down Jones, but this Diggs kid is different. He's just different. Can we agree with that, huh, Cowboy Nation? This Diggs kid is just different. We got to look at it from those perspectives, right? So what I'm trying to say is, it's good to hear those things. It was another interception. Clinton-Dix. He was another guy that was able to get an INT. Now, we've been hearing noise, and storylines of, hey, he's not been playing up to par. And on the same breath, we've been hearing stories like, no, that's not the case nor the scenario. You see, this is what's going on. Darian Thompson is younger than Clinton-Dix, and they would like to see him with the first team because of the limited amount of snaps. So when you play a type of defense that we're playing, it's interchangeable, the high safety and the low safety. But we would never know, Cowboy Nation, until the season actually kick off, and then we would say, okay, yeah, this is what these DBs are doing against Cooper Kupp, or this is what these DBs are doing against a Julio Jones, or Calvin Ridley, or even a DK Metcalf. You see, those are the first guys that we will play. So we got to go over all of those things to see what this team will look like, or what they're going to do, basically. So with that being said, it's good to hear that had him an interception. It's good to hear that such and such, my dog Reggie Robinson, is being flipped over, being kicked into the inside to play safety too. So it's good to hear those things, but in the same breath, of course, we're looking at it like, okay, who threw the ball, why the ball was intercepted, and also why the pressure and what is going on with the offensive line. That's just how it goes. I wish I could make it up and say, well, hey, the quarterbacks, all of them was 10 for 10. All of the quarterbacks was 18 for 18, or all of the receivers didn't drop the ball at all, or every ball that was thrown Trevon Diggs' way was intercepted. That does not exist, Cowboy Nation. I do know that we look at this team and we would say, man, we're going straight to the Super Bowl because of the talent on this team, but you still got to play your way to get there. Coach, you still got to elevate. Coach, you still got to iron out situations, and they got to know their personnel more so than anything. I got to bring this story in. Sometimes when you first get you a car, your first car, and you ride it and you earn your car because, you grinded to get that first car. But after that car had been 3 to 5 years, you know that car. You got a good feel of the car. Matter of fact, you don't even have to look at the gas gauge and you say, man, I know I got to get gas because of the way the car is driving, right? Or you know when the brakes, to use the brakes and things like that. That's the same thing with football. It is. You would know, as a coach, you will begin to know your players. You will begin to say, okay, this is the player that missed this assignment, or this is the player that made this play. Because you know those players. I hope I used that analogy the right way, Cowboy Nation. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Sometimes you'll say, man, I know my car. You can reverse without even looking back. I want you guys to look back. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Always look back when you reverse. But you would know your car, basically. But when you use somebody else's car, you be like, man, it's not the same feel. It's not the same vibe. It's not the same action. So that's what I'm saying. Mike McCarthy is trying to know his players, or the defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan, Tom Sula, even if it's Maurice Lindquist. They trying to know their guys. They trying to know their players. So that's why they may do some interchangeables. And on top of that, on the offensive side of the ball, these wide receivers trying to know the quarterback, and the quarterback trying to know the wide receivers. So it's good to make mistakes, and it's good to really connect and figure out this puzzle. That's why I'm hearing good stuff about Andy Dalton. He knows the West Coast offense. Let me repeat. He knows the West Coast offense. So he got a better advantage than all of these guys. He do. So that's why his delivery of the ball looks good. The fade pass into the corner. He connected a deep pass with Vay Johnson on the sidelines, went straight up the field. All of that good stuff. That's good stuff to hear. Also, it's good for that particular quarterback to say, okay, to relay it over to Ben DiNucci, to relay it over to Clayton Thorson, and also to relay that information over to Dak Prescott. But make no bones about it, using Mike McCarthy words, right? This is competition, baby. Iron sharper iron, steel sharper steel. So that's why I was happy. Bradlee Anae got him a sack, multiple sacks. I love this situation. I don't care who he beat, because now that momentum and all of those praises, he can collect those things and bring that to the table. He can bring it to the table and say, Coach, this is what I'm bringing to the table. I'm a dog. Arr, I'm showing my teeth. I deserve to be on this team, basically, if I can use it in those fashions or in those tones, right? Oh, and also we got to talk about Greg the Leg. He was 6 for 6 today, I heard, right? So remember, this is only second and third handed information. So that is good. Continue to better your best in all categories, in all fashions. And then when you look around and you'll say to yourself, man, this team is ready. We're on fire, baby. we ready to get this Super Bowl going. But we got to do the small things first, right? We got to do the small things first. We do. That's how I'm looking at it, Cowboy Nation. And that's how we should look at this thing. So that's why I'm proud to say the Dallas Cowboys doing a wonderful thing. We see the up and downs. And this weekend, baby, this weekend is everything. This weekend, because this is a mock game this weekend, and we can really test out some things. Maybe the quarterbacks, maybe they can say, well, hey, quarterbacks, you're going to take off those red jerseys now. Then we're going to treat this one like a game. Or they might just keep the red jerseys on, because the way this offensive line is kind of like in a situation, We're going to have to figure this out, Cowboy Nation. We going to have to figure it out. I really want to know how you guys feel about Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, in conjunctions with CeeDee Lamb, and as well as with Michael Gallup. Will all of these pieces come together? And I gotta say this. Shout out to everybody at 105.3 The Fan and Dallas Morning News. All of those guys, man, delivering great information for us. It was reported that, yes, you can bet your bottom dollar you will see Ezekiel, the main man Elliott, and Tony Pollard on the field at the same time for your mind. That's going to be crazy. And think about this, Cowboy Nation. Tony Pollard on the wheel route, right? Or that forces, let me just break this down. That forces defense to say, okay, we got this linebacker on him, right? Now we got to squeeze and move the linebacker off of him and bring in an extra nickel guy, or keep a safety out there on the field because the linebacker can't flip his hips or keep up with Tony Pollard. What do that do, Law? Hey, what do that do? What do that do? It keeps light body box work for Ezekiel Elliott. It keeps everything light because now you got to take that extra linebacker off the field. You can't load the box because now it will either work for Ezekiel, the main man Elliott, or it will work for Tony Pollard. That's how all of these things work together, Cowboy Nation. When you have a quarterback that knows how to, not just a quarterback knows how to work that, but a coaching knows how to work those two things into his favor, right? Come sway with me, Cowboy Nation. Boy, we in the right direction. Because now that coach can look at it and say, this is that team weakness. This is where they struggle with. And now we can hit them. We can put that knife in their belly and twist it with Ezekiel. When they get 9 and 8 man in the box. We can give Ezekiel Elliott and motion him out to the outside and keep Tony Pollard in the back. Or we can just say, hey, CD for TD. We can motion you to the outside, kick Michael Gallup inside, or Amari Cooper. There's so many plays you can do with that. Oh boy, so many plays. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. If you like this content, hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. And subscribe to this page, help me grow this channel. I cannot believe majority of you guys, man. You guys been sharing and you guys been doing a great job with supporting the nation. I'm everywhere. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Twitter and everywhere. And I really love seeing you guys on multiple platforms hitting me up and asking me questions and things like that. So that's always a plus. Let's continue to grind and shine. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go.